Hey guys, Carissy here from the Scented Shepherd. That was bad. I'm not gonna edit it. Totally spilt my coffee, missed the table, but thankfully there was only a little bit left, so we're okay. And I think Sophie got the brunt of it. Today we are talking about liquid samples. I got some little foil mylar bags, and instead of just doing that, we'll talk a little bit about liquid in general and different ways you can make things. So, actually, I'm not going to show it. So, I originally got these foil mylar bags. They are the heat and seal. So we have my flat iron because I don't want to pay the money, which I don't think they're much. I'll look it up. For an extra thing when I have something to seal it. So we'll just look this up. Mylar bag heat, just to see what it would cost. Okay, yeah, like I see one here that's about $30. They range about $30. They're pretty much all $30. Anywhere between $30 and 40 some dollars. So save me some money. We're just gonna use a flat iron because I know the majority of people have one. But I had originally bought these for, I think I was going to use laundry samples because that's kind of the bag that we use when you buy them from the Scentsy family store. The size that I got, I want to say is too small because I tried it and there's tricks, which I'll tell you about here in a minute. So I think I'm just going to use this for like body souffle because I have a lot of these. And I always keep like a little stick if anybody wants to try it, but nobody ever does the try me, so maybe they'll take one of these and go. So I did a few, I'm knocking everything over. I did a few trial runs. I did one of a laundry liquid and one of the body souffle. So with the laundry liquid, you gotta think this is a sample. You don't want to give them, I mean, you can give them one for like a full load, but 2 pumps is for a small load. I think that's more than enough for a sample. That's all they need it for, is do a small load of towels just to get the sense of it. The trick with these is you have to make sure when you put it in that it will close without overflowing. So I did 2 pumps in here and I was like, yeah, I could probably go a little bit more. I tried 3 and then 4, went to close it and it went all over my bathroom sink. So I dumped that out, started from scratch, and I think I got about 2.5 in here. So it's a little bit more than what they actually need, but a good amount. Now sealing it, I don't know if you can kind of notice, it's a little wonky because I did learn when you're sealing the top, it has to be dry. So on the inside ring, use your finger, use a Q-tip, something to clean that out where it's actually going to seal. Now, my flat iron is curved. I'm sure a actual flat iron will work a little bit better. I have it on the like lowest setting that there is. Set it in there. I'll show you one here. The body souffle, I did a good amount. I attempted with our body wash, and I don't think I got enough of it out. We'll see if you can. Whoop. Do we see the bubbles? Can you see it? Oh, here it is. It's leaking on that side. There it is. I did not clean the inside out well, so I had a leak. So that was my little no. But I'll show you how we're doing it. I'm doing it with the whipped body souffle, just because that's easy to wipe out with your finger, and you can just like wipe it on your leg, whatever. But the Mylar bags that I am using, Mylar foil bags, they are 6 by 9 centimeters, which I believe was like a 2mm count. They ran me 100 of them for $8.95, depending on the different colors, the different quantity, that type of thing. Who the seller is, your prices are going to be different. It's going to be all over, but they generally range. I always try to get the more for my buck, and I think that was like the best deal that I found. Slapping some in there. Body souffle, I do like a 1.5. These are just little craft sticks. The ones I'm using, I got with a waxing kit, because that's what I had on hand. Squeeze out the excess and just run. If you want to be a little, my hands clean, but if you want to be a little more sanitary, you can use tissue, Q-tip, whatever, but for time's sake and whatnot, we are just doing this. So, kind of do this. Also, you want to make sure you get the edges clean, just because if you have any seepage and you're using a flat iron, this is what happened with the laundry soap, ended up all over the bottom of my flat iron. Now, I don't like to brag, but I did pay a pretty penny for my flat iron. I waited 30 some years to get this flat iron, and I did get it, so I have it sealed. And then we're gonna try to do this as best we can. I close mine almost all the way, set it in there, and clamp. And you have a nice little, oh, don't mind the ink, I had a busted pen. Nice little heat seal. And then you'll be able to tell if you want to test it. Turn it upside down. Ooh, I have a hole. I didn't get it all. See, good thing we're doing this in a video, because you get to see the trials and tribulations. We're gonna do it like my hair. We're gonna take it and we're gonna curl it. And we'll see. It's the only thing that sucks. Like, I think I'm just gonna go get myself like a cheapy flat iron from a yard sale, something. Yeah, see now I can't fix it. But they're a little bit more tougher to deal with, I guess, if you're doing it this way. I'll show you a couple simpler hacks. Simpler hacks that I have found. Not, well, kind of with the body souffle. I'll grab one for that. But when you are doing the laundry liquid, if you don't want to buy from the Scentsy store, I don't suggest mailing these though. I did these for a bingo event. They are 100 milliliter test tubes. Came in a pack of 25, 2 pumps in each one, so that's enough for a small load. Plus it's cute. I paid $5.99 for 25 of them. Just pop the top off and pump 2 pumps in there, and they're ready to go. Now, if you're handing out samples, that type of thing, definitely recommend this. I'm only scared if you mail it, something happens with the package and this thing pops off. It might be a mess. I don't know. But I would definitely take the time to either order them from the family store or work your magic with these. Maybe go ahead and invest in the little heat seal thing, because it's a flat flat thing. I have a little curved edge. I'm going to turn that off because I can smell it burning. As for things like counter clean, and let me see how far I am. I'm going to have to jump off the camera here. I still can't believe I spilled my coffee. Can't believe it. Alright. I need in here too. I have so many bins, guys. So many bins. That's not the right bin. Mommy's in the office doing a video. Alright, I do not have the price points on these, but if you wanted to do a, go ahead and play, buddy. I'll let you play for a little bit.
I was trying to make.
Okay, well hold on, because I gotta finish this. If you wanted to do body wash lotion samples, these are also sold on Amazon, which are really cool. I do suggest getting like an infant medicine syringe to take out of the body wash and lotion, and you can squirt it in there, because that is the only hole you're working with to actually put it in. So, but it gives a nice little travel size, sample size. I still need to get to Rite Aid and get myself a little thing. With the lotions, you can get these cute little twist tops and just do a little squirt in there. Focus, doesn't want to. I think I got a packet of 50 or 100 of these little jobbies for super cheap. You can toss them in a 2x3 bag, hand them out, just so you have the info. Recently, I stepped onto room spray samples, and then this week got the idea to just use these for counter clean samples because they're a good size. It is a 2 milliliter plastic container. I fill it about 3/4 of the way full, no matter what I'm using, because it comes with a spray top that you just pop right in there. Now, when using liquids and small devices like this, see if I can get it. I'll play with that later. We'll do another one. You'll want to invest in little pipettes, little chemistry class type things. I went with the 3 milliliter pipettes. I got a package of 20 of them for $4.76 off of Amazon. I also used them for wax not too long ago, which was a little tricky because you have to kind of bend this and put it in your wax to get it tempered so it doesn't harden when it's up here. Like, so when you squirt it in there and it's not tempered, it's going to harden and then you can't get the wax out. So you just let it soak for a minute, get the plastic heated up, and then you're able to go. That's when I was using a double-sided and couldn't pour from either end. So I was doing those for samples. And I'll just show real quick. Counter clean. This one's almost empty. Tip it to the side. Get some in your little pipettes. And you just squirt it right in there. Got a little air bubble, but that's about how full I fill it up to the top. That way you have room whenever you close this, it won't go everywhere. And then you'll put your label around it, what have you. And room sprays are actually, you're able to make samples out of as well. I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to open this one right now because I'm not ready to do them. This top part, just right here, if you take a pair of pliers and carefully pry it up this way, you could take this whole top off and then you're able to get into the bottle to do your room sprays. The first time I did them, I dumped it into a container. This has been sitting here for a while because I didn't use the rest of it, so I've just been letting it aromatic my room. I dumped it in there. I don't suggest putting it in these, even though this, I think it's like a Rubbermaid or something. It did kind of leak through the bottom and left a ring on my table, so I don't suggest doing that. But yes, these little things are great for your counter cleaners, your room sprays. Scentsy Fresh, if you wanted to do a Scentsy Fresh. Look at this. It's getting dark and I'm still light. I have a new ring light. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But I think that's about all with our liquid samples. Is there anything liquid besides oils? Always use the oil. If you're doing oil samples, buy the little brown oil sample containers that are really, really small, either from Scentsy store, Amazon, what have you. Always use a dark colored bottle with your oils, because the sun does change that and will change the chemistry of the scents inside of it. So please, with all caution, use dark colored bottles if you are doing any of the oils in the sample, which it's up to you if you want to do samples or not. I mean, if you're sending them out, go ahead on oils, only because the oils, it's diffused smell and cold sniff is the exact same. So it's not like our wax when it's different when you put it in a warmer. But I think that is about all. Overall, these things are pretty cool. I just need to work on my technique on how to close them. So, and I do think that is user error and the curviness of this, because it doesn't really close unless it's like all the way up in there. So maybe I gotta shove it up in there more. I don't know. So we will test that, but I did have these two that turned out pretty well. And you can get different sizes of these depending on what size you want to do. I personally always give just enough for it to be a sample, because that's the whole point of a sample. You don't want to, hi Toby too. You don't want to over exaggerate the not exaggerate. You don't want to give them a whole bunch of the product, because then they're not going to want to buy the product. So, I hope that helps you guys in your sample making. I will show you too, I know a lot of us are in, I know they changed the group. It used to be called Layers on the Sample, and they just changed it the other day because of the name, because we're no longer using layers. But they have these cool samples. They have it in everything, every scent, every product that you can print out and you put with your items. I don't have any ready. But what I do, all my samples, I'll put in a little 2x3 Ziploc baggie and fold this over it and staple it. That way it has your directions, it has the caution, all of the details that are actually on the bottle for your consumer to know, just in case that there's an allergy, that type of thing. So, I hope y'all enjoyed watching the video. I know it wasn't all too yay fun, but I got the point across, told you what we were going to do. So if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave me a comment. And we'll see if we can't get it answered. If you have any updates on something that you do that's different than what we do, or suggestions, please let us know. So, good night, y'all, and I'll see you next time.